This video is about, I watch some of these other videos about people that have reached a certain age and they have no friends, or people say I'm 21, I have no friends, I'm 30, I have no friends. And so some of the testimonies that I saw yesterday, I'm 40, I'm going to be 43 this month actually, and I'm in the same predicament. The last 3 years or so, I haven't had um, anybody to call us friends. Pretty much, I don't hang out with my family either, and it seems like a situation with a lot of people. Um, People who are married, they don't even hang out with other people who are married. Pretty much everybody stays to themselves. It's almost like even if you have a good marriage, like other people don't want to see it, right? So if you're doing the right thing, if you have a good marriage, right, then other people in your family may not want to see you because or your friends or your family, because they know that you have a good marriage, they may not, so they may avoid you like that, right? But a lot of people are not married, um and they're so single. So I saw them. Something I noticed about them, because one of the purpose of watching the video was to kind of notice what they were doing wrong. Like they all have some testimonies, but a lot of times what I've noticed with them, like one of the thing is, which I was talking about, want to talk about in another video, is like it is this immaturity some of these people have, and they're not really connected to their sexuality correctly. It's like somewhere along the line, like when they were young or something, like if they have religious parents, or even you know strange belief, people have strange beliefs, and it's very possible that your parents would have that. They repress a child of sexuality, like basically they taught sexuality something disgusting and it's gross. And of course it is when you are young, like, but as you grow up, well, let me correct that, it's never disgusting or gross, but it is something that you want to abstain from when you're young, and I think that's what parents are trying to do, to get the kids from abstain from this, so they label it as something disgusting and gross. And once you have this idea about sexuality engraved in your subconscious, you grow up like always rejecting, like you always. And this is what happened to me, because I grew up in a very religious family. My dad was a pastor, was a Christian pastor. My mom was very religious, conservative. So like they will repress your sexuality, so you go on thinking, even you have this need to have sex, but uh, as soon as you have the orgasm, like you just completely not think about sex anymore at all, and don't want to think about your, even people don't even think about, sometimes even have they have genitals, they just forget it, they live in their mind, completely disconnected from their sexuality, because they were taught that sexuality was something gross and disgusting. So they don't think about it unless their body get to that place, and then they quickly try to take it away from, like, masturbating or something. They quickly remove that feeling, um, and then they don't want to think about it. So that is weird. The parents have trained the kids to be strange like that. So when a person who's like that, doesn't matter how old they get, it's kind of like they're going to be immature. They're going to be immature like a child, and they will be very innocent and gullible, not in a good way. And most people don't like that in this world. Like, naturally, like, people are attracted to that sexual charisma. That is, it's like that is there. Uh, it's like some kind of magnetic thing that you pull it out of people. Even animals won't even respond to you correctly if you don't have the right type of sexual charisma. Even your pets don't, they may not want to get close to you. Something about that like makes people attracted to you, people magnetic to you, people want to be in your presence. It's very spiritual, and that many of these people don't have that. Is either depleted or they don't care about it, and they just say, "I'm a nice person. I care about other people, and they should care about me, and I do everything correctly. I am very like they say a lot of good things, but that being a nice person, it doesn't help you with the in that attraction. Saying knowing the right thing to say, in a relationship, when dealing with a friend, when to leave, when to stop talking, when not to say the wrong things. Because even when you say the wrong thing, just like in a wrong tone, like if you say it, it just turns off the other person completely off and not want to be with you. And it's just that if you don't have that charisma, there is a chance that you will say those things. You may become friends with somebody just as miserable as you who doesn't have sexual charisma, but eventually you're gonna bump heads because you're just gonna bring each other down. So I think they're lacking that, and that's something that I was lacking too because I remember I told you that my sexuality was repressed as well. That's just culturally and religiously, and I always ended up not paying attention to it. Like it was something I didn't want to pay attention to at all. That I did not even acknowledge that I even had it until I have this need. Then you are like just hyper, into looking at sexual things and you're getting yourself off. Then once you reach your orgasm, once you climax, then you don't think about it at all. You go about like that's not normal. You're 24/7 a sexual being. That's what I realized. And you have some amount of sexuality as long as you're living. And you have to make that a part of your life. And that is when you embrace that side of yourself, you're becoming more mature, you're becoming more charismatic, you know, you're becoming more magnetic when you also incorporate that into your life. Well, so that's it. Second thing I notice about them is kind of like me sometimes. It's like they talk too much. It's like it's right now I'm talking about something else, not about me, but they like to talk about themselves, like how they're feeling and or how people are making them feel, and they want to get into it. And like really, at the end of the day, they want to talk about themselves, like just got to keep on going and going and going and going and going. And I realized when I was watching them, I was like, I realized that what, less talk is more attractive. It was a woman, a young woman. She was having the same issues. She was unable to connect, and it was something that she was like that from childhood. When from in her high school, or whatever. But when I've noticed her, she's talking so much, and a lot of these people say they have no friends, right? And or people who are like they try to become friends with most people in the world are fake, and they don't really like come like it's always small talk or something, like they want to get into very deep conversations with like somebody that they just met, but it doesn't work like that in real life. First of all, I realized from watching some of those people, and I'm still gonna watch a few more. And basically, I'm looking for what should I avoid. Like I can kind of tell when someone's saying they're lonely. I'm looking at their personality and see what should I avoid. And one of the things is this talk about themselves, how they're feeling. They want to like verbalize everything they're thinking. They're telling you, and it's just a language. They're using the language language to express every thought. They think it's like and that is to the extreme. And you need that too. You need to be able to communicate and also talk about your feelings. You need that, but they're very much the extreme in that level with less sexual energy. So it's like tilted to the other direction, you know. So I think it has to have some kind of balance. Like, yes, you want to talk about how you feel, you want to talk about your truth, but if you want to sit there and talk about how you feel, how you feel, it's almost like you're taking me inside your head, you know. And I don't always want to. That's your feelings, and that you don't have to, like, you know, share every little thing about how. Nobody has time for that. And I think when they come into conversation with somebody, like in the very beginning, small talk, yeah, it is small talk. It's like that's how you kind of gauge somebody. Ah, how are you? Like you gauge somebody how based on how they respond. You don't really go into, like, you know how I'm feeling today, man, because of this politics and this is happening. The Illuminati is doing this, and the world is taking, like, so this is what's happening to me. I was like, they don't have, like, that would be too much. That would be details that you would share it with somebody who is you're intimate with, or somebody that have deep connection with. It's not something that you would want to share with somebody who come to do something for you. Like you don't share that with everybody that you meet, and it's not their responsibility to hear you out like every single thought that you have. So the less is actually better. So that's the two things I noticed, and I'm just going to watch a few more videos of them in the coming days, and to just try to see what they're doing wrong. Oh, yeah, one more thing I noticed was just they were just too happy, just being by themselves. They were normalizing it. Like, I'm completely happy and satisfied, and I can just keep on talking forever. Like, I don't miss anybody. I can just talk like this forever, and just like, yeah, a person like that is considered annoying to normal people, you know. So I wish them all good luck in their journey to find a partner or friends that they are seeking in their life. Of course, having friends will bring you some amount of fulfillment. So that's what I really wish for them. That's what I wish for myself. That hopefully you can also pay attention to some of those tips that I mentioned in this video to avoid those pitfalls.